So I wanted to get on with you live on Instagram because I wanted to find out more. Well, one, to, I guess, introduce you to my people, my friends. To my friends, my name is Keli Meagher, and I'm the tidal wave of love. And I wanted to introduce you to my friend Tiffany Jade, who is a beautiful priestess sister that I met through our priestess program that was through our mentor, Maren Bach Antonsen. But we actually didn't do it at the same time. She did it about a year after I did, but we met through that program. And in that sisterhood, we connected. And so I've been leading circles with Tiffany. We did a retreat together, which was beautiful. And I've been a part of some of her circles and sisterhoods. And I just really feel Tiffany is a great leader and a wise woman, a wise sister, and has a lot to offer. And so I wanted to introduce you to her, and she has a sisterhood coming on. The Holy Fire Sisterhood is coming here shortly. And so we just wanted to talk about that and what that is and what that means, and the beautiful lessons that we can learn from one another in sisterhood. When one sister speaks, it heals another. Like we see ourselves in each other. And it's beautiful to be able to connect heart to heart with other women, because in this world, we tend to be in competition with one another because we were raised in this soup of scarcity, and that, you know, you have to fight with one another to get the man or whatever. You have to outshine another to get the job. And when really that's not even true. And so that's what the beautiful part of sisterhood is, coming back into that remembrance that we are sisters in this together, and that there's plenty for everyone.
Absolutely.
So welcome, Tiffany.
Thank you
for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, I guess, a little bit about your Holy Fire Sisterhood that's going to be coming up here shortly.
Yeah, exactly what you said, that we're just conditioned to see each other as competition. And when we can connect and let down those masks and really allow ourselves to be vulnerable and authentically ourselves, then we can connect and see, like, I'm not the only one that feels this way. I'm not the only one that has experienced this. And it has been, the program that we both did was like the most transformational experience. And I know that when I found it, at the time, I was very in the world of like manifestation and law of attraction, and I knew that language. And when I read the sales page, the landing page of all about it, I was just like, I don't even understand what this is talking about. I don't understand the language of like the divine feminine and the priestess, but something in me knew that I was meant to do it, to join. And I followed that intuition, and it was absolutely 100% on point. It was the most transformational period of my life. And, you know, and it supported me in other things as well, in a period of our dark night of the soul. And it was like that thing that kept me connected and holding faith and knowing, seeing the higher perspective, that it was all serving me, even as excruciating as it was all serving me. Now, not to say that going through a program like this would put you in a dark night of the soul. That was just what my soul aligned for me. So the Holy Fire Sisterhood is, it was basically something that I downloaded to take women through a journey of finding home within, of coming home to the inner fire, their inner light, allowing their fullest, truest expression to be free and out and in the world, and feeling home within, letting go of the layers of conditioning that we have taken on from the world, from our family, from society, from culture, from schools and things like that. I don't know if you can hear the noise in my background from my daughter, but okay. Sometimes it just,
that's life.
She heard me mention her, so she squealed. Like, she doesn't like me talking about it. But so it's like my learning to like tune it out. I love you. Okay, I will stop. So So it is taking women through a journey from, we'll basically journey through the chakras from the root to the third eye. We'll tap into the crown chakra a little bit at the very end in our closing celebration. But so we will be journeying through inner child healing, womb healing, reconnecting to our power, rewilding, letting things out that we normally just don't let ourselves express, connecting to our voice, or unleashing our voice, our voice of power, our voice of storytelling, of telling a new story that is empowering, rather than sometimes we get trapped. And I totally did this. So like, you know, I know this from experience. We get trapped in telling the story of what is and what happened and why we are where we are. And if we can shift that and tell a new story that is more empowering, and that is what we will create. And connecting to our clair gifts, connecting to, enhancing, and validating. So like our clair cognizance, clair sentience, all the things, just the intuitive gifts that we receive from our higher self, from the divine, and connecting to them, recognizing them. Sometimes we don't really recognize them for what they are. We think,
agree with that.
yeah.
I think that the more that we normalize these mystical experiences, the more everyone can see themselves. Oh yeah, I've had that happen. You know, like when you're thinking about somebody and they call you on the phone, like that's a mystical experience. And I think we all have people that have passed away that visit us in our sleeps, and you know, like to validate that that's real. Like
Exactly.
we're quantum beings and we're connected with everyone and everything at every time. And so I think that having these conversations and recognizing them within
Absolutely.
each other helps it to come to fruition within our lives.
Because we'll feel like a hit of like something, but we dismiss it. We dismiss it as like, oh, you know, that's nothing. But it's like, what if you had this really powerful thought, and then just a flock of birds like swarms, like flies by? It's like, that's not an accident. That's like a validation. Like, yes, that thought, you hit something. You know, what were you just thinking? Or like angel numbers, or just the knowing, things like that. So recognizing them when they happen, and then validating, like, yes, that's actually true. Because sometimes it could be, you know, like the thought, or the just knowing, like you just know something intuitively and there's no reason, and you dismiss it as like, oh, was that my own thought, or was I just making that up? And actually validating it, like, oh, this is true, I really do have this. And the more that you tap into that and practice that, then the more you trust that, and the more you follow that, life just
changes,
gets magical.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It's amplified. All the good stuff gets amplified.
Absolutely. It's like, it gets more, what is it? Oh, the better it gets, the better it gets. It's like it's just like, really? Does it really get this magical? Does this, like, that is the most bizarre synchronicity. Like, there is no way that was an accident. And that was just totally clearly sent from the divine and totally aligned. And, yeah, it gets totally magical.
You realize,
and then
with these synchronicities, how much all of life is supporting you
at
every single moment. Like the birds singing to you, the wind coming by at that particular time, whatever it is all there supporting you. And when you connect with that, when you validate that, it's just like, life is so darn beautiful. Even in the sad times, life is so beautiful.
Yes, the sad times that crack us open are what open us to
more of our
access. You know, the connection to the, we don't have to go through a sad time to access it, but sometimes we have resistance to believing in it, or we question it, or whatever. And when we are cracked open, we just, you know, we just connect in a different way, and it's it just gets so magical.
I agree with that. And I'm excited that you're going to be helping people access parts of themselves that have always been there. It's really just like a remembrance. It's not like anybody's fixed or needing to be fixed. It's like it's always there, always present. And it's more of like an unraveling of all of these stories and of separation and lack, and that we're not enough, that we're not worthy, like just unraveling all of that, coming
Yes.
home to the truth of what is. So I am
One,
so happy that you're putting this together. So tell me more,
thank
like,
you.
when is this program starting, and where is this program, and how can
Yeah.
people sign up if they're interested, that type of thing?
All right. It starts in April, the end of April. I believe it's the 30th. It's a Sunday. Um, I'd have to, oh, actually, look, it's right here. Yeah, Sunday, April 30th. We will have monthly day-long retreats, and each retreat will be a different temple, a different gateway where we are working with a different chakra and working with a different goddess archetype. And so, for example, the first one on April 30th is Sacred Child Temple of with Kuan Yin, and we will be working with the root chakra and doing things and so forth, going all the way up. We'll work all the way at like womb, wild, sacred womb, sacred wild, sacred heart, sacred storytelling, and sacred desire. Working with Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene, Wild Woman, Mother Mary, Hathor, and Hecate. And of course, as the divine gives me downloads, like everything I offer is fully channeled, and so there's definitely room for surprise. And the monthly day retreats will be at the Fifth Dimension Studio in Sebastopol, California, in Sonoma County, and it is the most perfect studio for this. It has just the ambiance is amazing, and the vibe and the energy in there is just absolutely beautiful. And we will also, each participant will also have a monthly or twice monthly, depending on which option you choose, one-on-one call, one-on-one session with me, where we will support you in this journey. So we will deepen whatever has come up for you, heal anything that has come up for you, or expand anything. It's very intuitive. So whatever is supporting you, the divine will bring things in your life or bring things to the surface to be worked with in each session. Like when you have something like that on the calendar, whether it's the retreat or the one-on-one session, life will align to support your transformation and your growth and your expansion. And honestly, transformation is really just letting go of the parts of you that aren't really you to connect to the truest you that's already inside. She's not out there. She or he is not out there. She's in you. And it's just accessing and believing that and just taking off a heavy backpack of all the beliefs, all the paradigms, all the programs, all the wounds, everything. Just we can just drop it and let it go. So the temples, the day retreats will activate your cellular memory, activate your truest knowing, your fullest expression of self, and connect you to the truth of who you really are.
One of my
And
mentors said that, like, remembering who you are is like getting, like, you're not an iPhone, you're really just like a rotary dial phone. It's like letting go of all this like programming that you're an iPhone, and you're like, just remember the true essence, who you are. It's a rotary phone.
I love that. Yeah, yeah.
Going
It's
back
like
to the basics, that you are love and you are light. Remember.
that is such a great analogy, because I used to, for a while, I had an Apple Watch, and then when like the face fell off and like the back, like where I'd have to get it repaired, it still functioned, just the glass piece in the back, and I was like, you know what? I don't need this anymore. This is just a distraction. It's like an auxiliary extra thing that is just pulling me away from myself, from presence. So I just like went back to like a dumb watch, but it's like, that's all I need a watch for, is to tell time. I don't need it to alert me. I don't need to be that connected. So I love that analogy. Yeah, like a rotary phone. Slow down, like let go of the distractions and the striving and the thinking that something is outside of ourselves. We're already whole, and
Just like
it's just
when we're born, and we come out of the womb, we're whole and complete, precious, adorable, innocent. And then for some reason, we're like, but I want that pretty purse. I want those shoes. That makes me who I am. That makes me who I am. More likes on Instagram. That makes me who I am. Like we look for this exterior validation. And
Yeah,
I like that within your sisterhood, you're saying, no, that validation comes from within. That validation comes from who you are. It's like your pure essence. You don't need that exterior validation.
exactly. Like the identities that we created and validated ourselves through. Like for me, once upon a time, it was like the successful career, and it's like, oh, this makes me worthy, this makes me whatever. And instead it was just and that was part of the dark night of the soul, was like letting go of like, nope, that is not you, and that does not define you, and that does not make you worthy. You are worthy if you do nothing. If you lay on the couch and you do nothing, you are whole and complete and worthy and beautiful. And um sorry, it's like when people join, then I get the chance to wave at them, and but my mind sometimes can't multitask as well. So
Welcome, everybody.
yes,
Welcome.
yes,
We're
welcome. Thank
glad
you
you're
all for
here.
joining.
So Tiffany, again, so how can they sign up for the sisterhood? Basically it's going to be in Sebastopol once a month at this
Yes.
Fifth Dimension studio. And then once a month they get a one-on-one, or twice a month they get a one-on-one with you.
Yeah, so there's two options to join. So you can join with a once a month one-on-one, or twice a month, which the twice a month is like I mean, they both are an incredible deal. Like the twice a month one is like less than if you just signed up for one-on-one coaching for 6 months. So it's incredible, incredible value. And we also have a closing celebration at the end that has, it's going to be very special, but I'm keeping my lips a little bit sealed about that. But to register, you can visit tiffanyjade.com. I think there's a link on the homepage, but otherwise you can go, there's navigation, or tiffanyjade.com/events. And then there's a page that gives you all of the information, all of the dates, the pricing, and with links to join. And you can join at either level, once or twice a month, one-on-one, with pay in full or payment plan. The pay in full, you get a little bit of a discount on the pricing versus the breakdown of monthly. And you also, for pay in full, you also get a bonus private breathwork session with me as well.
Which are awesome.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful playlist, and just as a beautiful way, expansion. Let's let go of whatever is not you. Breathwork is an amazing tool.
Breathwork is so magical, and the journey will include some breath work and some sound healing, and amazing stuff. And there's also an option, there's a link on the page as well, if you are curious but you're just not sure, or you have questions, or you just want to be guided to, sometimes it can be difficult to distinguish between the voice of the ego and the voice of higher self. And so if you desire support in connecting to that, then you can schedule a complimentary connection call, and I can answer any questions. We can see if it's a vibe, a connection to journey together through this. And I can also help you connect to your inner knowing, your inner truth. And beautiful. It will be, fully guided to support you, because I want people in the sisterhood that are aligned and that fully desire to be there. So no convincing, no pushing, no any of that.
Well, I just can tell you from my experience of being a part of a sisterhood how powerful it is. For one, like the transformation that I experienced during my 13 moon sisterhood program was life-changing, life-altering. I'll forever be grateful. Yeah. And the sisterhood that I've been able to maintain those friendships with those people that I was part of that program, and they'll be lifelong friendships. They were sisters from past lives, basically. And so I know that when you join a sisterhood, you are finding like-minded individuals that you are going to connect with forever. And so if you feel called to speak to Tiffany, be a part of her sisterhood, I would highly encourage you to be a part of something this special, because when we unite heart to heart, you can feel the layers of fear dissolve. You can feel the competition dissolve. You can feel the jealousy of other women dissolve. You can heal so many aspects of the wounded divine feminine, and to come home to your true self. And it's just the gift of a lifetime. And that's what we're here to do, is to lead with our heart. And So if you want support, I highly encourage you to be a part of Tiffany's Sisterhood. It's a beautiful gift to yourself that you will not regret. I promise you.
Thank you. Yes. And what an opportunity to heal the sister wound as well.
Yes.
That false belief, the false paradigm that we are all separate and in competition. What a beautiful way to heal that and feel that connection and belonging and
Because
create
going
that.
forward, we're all about collaboration. It's not about one person leading. It's a collaboration of all of us sisters gathering as one collective and rising together. And when one sister succeeds, it's like, oh yeah, me too. When that sister succeeds, oh yeah, me too. Oh, she hit this level, I can do that too. Oh yeah,
Yes.
like we're paving the way for each other and we're lifting each other up rather than, throwing swords at each other. Like, that's not beneficial. Come on, girls, we got this.
Exactly. It's evidence that we can, and it's the new paradigm, the new world, like the new paradigm of business is like the connection, the lifting each other up, the working with each other. There is no hierarchy. There is no pushing, convincing. There is no like, oh, well, you're my client, so I can't hire you. No, like we're all like equal power, but different is the way that my mentor, and you've worked with her a little bit as well, Melanie on Layer, says equal power, but different.
Yeah.
We are not in a hierarchy. We are not in competition, and we are all building this world together.
Yay!
Yes!
Sisters unite! Oh, I'm so excited for you and all the sisters that are going to be joining you on this journey coming up on April 30th. If you guys want to find out more, go visit tiffanyjade.com and you can sign up for a complimentary call with Tiffany or DM her and Instagram,
Yes.
or she's on Facebook as well. So
yes. Oh yeah,
find
you
her,
can DM me. You can DM me a little like fire emoji, and I'll send you the link. The link is also in my bio. But yeah, if you want to DM me just the fire emoji, then that will, I'll send it to you and you don't even have to search.
Yeah. And if you're interested, I am Tidal Wave of Love, and I do a cacao ceremony virtually once a month, the last Sunday of the month. And we just finished one this morning, but I'll be doing another one the end of March. I think it's the 26th as well at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can sign up for that at tidalwaveoflove.com. Join me in connecting through the medicine of cacao, which is our plant ally, in connecting us with our hearts. So
yes,
that's my gift.
I highly recommend joining, and Keli will be like tagged in the replay and everything. So I imagine you have a link in your profile for it. Or if not, you can message her. Yeah. But I highly recommend Keli's cacao ceremonies and everything else she offers. She's absolutely a divine channel, a divine vessel, and the words that pour through her mouth are just absolutely beautiful and poetic. Oh, and yeah, I highly recommend. Yes, yes.
Blessings all around.
Yay!
Glitter sister. May you enjoy the rest of your day. And
likewise.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.